Yeah, I think I like it. It's rare for you to get such a good angle. Come on, man. Just so you know, this was a pain to put up. Did you hang it up somewhere? On some kind of metal pipe or something stuck along the wall. Hmm? No, you mean a drain spout. It takes the rainwater that builds up on the roof and... No one cares! I use my own money to pay for the rubber bands I used to tie it up. Pay me back tomorrow. What? You're the one who decided to put it there. And this was your idea, President Miyashiro. Ugh. Just so you know, we're all taking turns picking up the data. Fine. Anyway, it's a real pain to have to go there and pick it up. Can you just get one that can transmit wirelessly? They're expensive. And if we try to do a wireless from all the way to Hekiho or this place, that'd be a huge pain. So, what about you? Huh? Arimura! Did you get to see her? I guess. Depends on how you look at it. I'll tell you tomorrow. I got some interesting information. What? Tell me now! It's almost time for Shibuya News' broadcast. Huh? There's a broadcast today? You should have been more careful. You need to check everything more carefully. It was the very bottom of today's update, club member Ito. Shut up! He hung up on me angrily. I put the phone down and checked the time. About 5 more minutes. I opened Shibuya News and waited for the broadcast to start. After that, Arimura had waited about an hour before she'd come out of Cafe Lax. I thought about pretending to run into her, but I didn't want to go up to her too fast and have her find out I was listening. As I waited for the right moment, she got into a taxi and left. She was probably heading to the Shibuya police station for an interrogation. This was amazing. I wasn't able to talk to Arimura, but I knew I'd managed to get much more important information. There was a lot about the conversation I didn't understand, but I was right about one thing. The police were treating the incidents, or at least revolving dead, as murders. No, maybe not the police. That detective, Shinjo, was it? He seemed to be acting separately from the rest of the police force. And he had some kind of secret about it that he shared with Arimura. But more importantly than that, and more importantly than anything, the sticker he was talking about had to be the sumo sticker. From what he'd been saying, I was sure of it. And while he knew about the sumo stickers, he didn't seem to realize their importance. Maybe he hadn't realized that there were other 2 crime scenes. Good. I really was one step ahead of the police. This really is my big chance. Like, how much are we betting that, like, Kay, who runs this broadcast, is the girl that's helping the police out, and then where she's gonna run this broadcast and she's gonna shit on all of Takaru's dreams? I'm guaranteeing that's what's about to happen in this next scene. If I kept it up, I may be able to learn more about the case than anyone else. More than the ignorant kids getting ready for the festival. More than the people who had to cling to the internet for information. More than even the police. More than Kawahara, that jerk who called me the pretender reporter. And more than the rest of the class who called me camera kid. I'll show all these wrong-siders.
It's now 12 a.m., October 7th, 2015. Welcome, everyone. I'm Kei, your host.
Shibuya News' net radio started just like it had always said it would. Can we just take a moment, or at least can I just take a moment and just say that fucking Takeru gives off way bigger, like, evil mastermind energy than he does anything else. And that says a lot, because I read Steins Gate and, to an extent, Zero. And that was, like, Okabe's whole gimmick, that he was trying to be the evil mad scientist. Takeru does it without even fucking trying. He's just a guy that's been shit on too much. Which is why I want to see it happen some more, clearly. Like, I'm not convinced that, like, Takeru's not going to die and then we're going to have to play this game from fucking someone else's perspective. Also, I apologize about the clicking. I'm trying to open my water bottle. Kei's voice was as pleasant and clear as ever. The last broadcast was after the Love Hotel incident, so it would have been September 30th. It had been about a week.
That awful muggy heat is finally going away, isn't it? If the news is right, the temperature should be good for a while. I hope you're all enjoying the weather.
Fuck no, it's far too warm. I've had to turn my desk fan off to record. I'm dying in here, Kei. As I listened to her voice read out all the latest information from Shibuya, I grabbed a magazine off the cabinet. It was a back issue of Cool Cat Press that I bought, or rather, been forced to buy from Gem. Just like with Kei's broadcast, it had been a little while since I'd spent any time with this. I paged through it looking for an interesting article. It was still mostly junk. 10 ways to make your ideal girl like you, how to tell your ideal girl you like her, what to say to your ideal girl to get her into your bed, etc. There were a lot of articles that were of no interest to me whatsoever. Nope, none at all. As I carefully read through all of these articles, which did not interest me at all, I found a small section in the back that was something a little different. I can do Japanese names! How the fuck am I meant to pronounce Rorschach? That might actually be it. Oh, no, that is Rorschach! Okay, I'm just dumb. Rorschach will reveal her naked heart. How to know exactly what she's thinking. The article consisted of strange symmetrical drawings in black ink, along with commentary from a psychoanalyst about what each said about your personality. Or at least, someone who claimed to be a psychoanalyst. At the very end, there were even diagrams on how to use these pictures to see how popular you were with, or how compatible you were with a certain girl. This magazine's got everything, doesn't it? I whispered to myself. The Rorschach test was a famous personality test. Hey, it's my favorite one in the top left. It's two bears high-fiving. Those of you that have played Fallout New Vegas, you like that one. Just so we're all on the same wavelength. Top right, that's a moth or a Kirby boss, I'm pretty sure. Bottom right, that looks like someone's bleeding pelvis. And bottom left, kind of looks like someone's glued two Saudi Arabias to each other. Actually, I tell a lie. The bottom left one's the only one I don't know what it looks like. It could be some kind of fucked up plant, because it's got like this little like thing up here. And I don't know like what the hell these are. Also, why does it look like it's got bird skulls on its side? The test involved pouring black and red ink down a folded card and separating it out to create strange symmetrical shapes. Different people would see the shape as a dog's head or a man and woman kissing, and what you saw told you about your personality. The idea of using it to determine your popularity or compatibility with a certain girl was just so stupid that I had to laugh.
羊か?
This one's a sheep, huh?
何々? これが羊
Let
など
me
の毛に覆われた動物に見えた
If you saw this as a fur-covered animal like a sheep, you have a strong urge to hide your real
女の
desires.
子には何を
Girls
考
say
えて
they
いる
don't
か
know
わ
what
か
you're
らない
thinking and are
人と
cautious
とても
around
警
you.
戒されています。そんなあなたのモテ
Your
度は
popularity rating
20
is
点
20 out of 100.
なんだと?
Huh? I snapped back to my senses. That was close. I almost did the whole test. I tossed the magazine onto my desk. And then, as if she'd been waiting for me to finish, Kay's voice became a little more serious.
Now then, we've got over a lot of the things happening in Shibuya today, but it's time to get to the point. I'm holding this broadcast today because I wanted to introduce you to a certain article.
The point? What article was she talking about? I listened intently to Kay's words. Well, I can't say I didn't call this one, even if it's blatantly obvious.
The article's about something I talk a lot about. The article's about something I talk quite a lot on my site and during these broadcasts. That's right, the strange incidents that are happening on Shibuya right now. I've told you before that these events are occurring on the same dates as the New Generation Madness, but this video points out other things they have in common.
What? Had someone other than us noticed? Is she about to point out our video?
This is the address.
I clicked on the link she posted immediately after I saw it. It was an address for a Nico Nia video. The few seconds it took to load felt like an eternity. She's seen our video! We're popular, guys! We finally made it in this fucking stupid internet world! We're gonna get clicks for days! There it is. Huh? Huh? I saw the thumbnail for the video and quickly turned away. And then I grabbed my phone. Onoe? Are you listening to Shibuya News? Watch it right now. She's reporting on our video. October 7th, 2015. Wednesday. You're really fucking stretching my pronunciation limits, game. Sakura Gao Kacho. Yeah, Shibuya. Trustworthiness investigating company Freezer. Wait, like the Dragon Ball guy?
That's all for tonight. Thank you for listening in. This has been your host, Kay. It will soon be 12:12 a.m. on October 7th. I pray you spend tomorrow in a way you won't regret.
Kunasato gave her usual sign-off and ended the broadcast. She stretched expansively, her shoulders cracking as the stretch passed through her entire body. She knew that acting like a proper lady was the way to get listeners for these guerrilla radio broadcasts, but it still felt like she was taking things too far. After almost 100 times, she was used to it, but she never finished a broadcast without feeling exhausted.
What?
Nothing. I was not prepared to see you today, Miss Momose.
Good work, Mio. Want some coffee? Thanks.
Shinjo watched stunned as Mio leaned back in her chair, crossed her legs, and accepted a coffee from Momose. First Arimura this afternoon, and now this. What's going on with young girls these days? She sure didn't look like a girl who'd been speaking into a computer microphone with a pleasant voice just a moment ago. He knew this was what she was really like, but... Huh? Her eyes met with his. What were you doing just now?
Broadcasting information. What else?
That made no sense. Broadcasting information?
Well, I can understand why it might not make sense to Shinjo.
Momose glanced over at Kunosato.
Mio is one of our best information brokers. Her day job is being a scientist, though.
Huh? At her age?
That's right. She's a genius who skipped several grades to go work in an American lab.
Gee, where have I heard this one before?
I'm just talented. Real geniuses are on a whole different level altogether. You mean the girl who was helping you? The one you talk on the phone all the time?
Kunosato nodded and started to massage her tired shoulders. He'd had no idea. He thought she was pretty grown up for a 17-year-old, but... What do you research?
Does my personal data have anything to do with the case?
No, but...
It's right here.
Momose pointed at Shinjo's head. The head?
The brain. She's a special researcher in the field of quantum brain dynamics.
Where have I heard this one before? I guess Kurisu did neuroscience. It's a little different, but... by the by. Actually, now that I think more about it, they have a lot more in common than I think. The only difference is this one's not tsundere, she's just miserable. I've yet to see a redeemable liking feature about Kei. I'm gonna keep calling her Kei even though I know her actual name, it's just easier. What's she doing at Hekiho?
Hekiho's located in Shibuya, and it's the perfect place to research Chaos Child Syndrome, right? Can we get to the point?
Without waiting for Shinjo and Momose to agree, she continued.
Did Arimura have anything to say about the sumo stickers?
She's not very polite to me. He sighed to himself.
Hey.
No, I don't know why you care, but all she said was that she found them creepy.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Why do you care so much? Come to think of it, you were just saying something about the stickers, weren't you? He thought back to how different Kunosato's voice was when she was on the radio. What were you doing?
I told you, broadcasting information. Why don't you give him a real explanation? You're going to be working with him until all the cases are solved after all.
Kunosato didn't bother to hide her displeasure at Momose's interruption.
It's give and take, right? I hope there's at least something of value for me to take.
That was enough to piss Shinjo off. Listen, you need to learn to respect your elder.
Do you know what this year's study said about media usage rates?
Huh?
70% of people get their news from the internet. For teenagers, it's 80%. For those in their 20s and 30s, it's 90%. In all cases, it's a higher percentage that gets their news from TV. If you limit yourself to urban areas only, the percentages are even higher. Less than 10% of the people in their teens and 20s read a daily newspaper. That figure hasn't changed much in the last 2 years. Over half of middle school students have a smartphone. 95% of high school kids do. And if you have a smartphone, you're using the internet.
Wait, what are you talking about?
How many people do you think rely solely on the internet for their information?
Too many? Kunosato suddenly stood up and brought over the mobile PC she'd been using to stream. She opened something on the screen for Shinjo to see. It was the homepage of a major newspaper dated yesterday. There was an article about a Shibuya resident suing Koshin for invasion of privacy.
I caused this.
Huh?
One of the members of a group opposed to a surveillance society is a Twitter addict. I made a bunch of similar accounts and homepages. Each of which looked like it was created by a different person. And I pointed them to favorable judicial precedents to make it look like a bunch of people were telling him he was the victim. Since he still seemed reluctant over the weekend, I recorded some rude behavior by someone at Koshin and got the whole internet mad about it. And the result
Was this, she said as she tapped the PC. No way.
when a person relies on the internet for their information, they'll accept any offline source that confirms their natural biases.
I feel like this needs to be screenshot and put on Twitter somewhere.
I'd be willing to bet that he never read anything about the relevant case law, besides what I pointed out to him.
Not that I've ever seen his face, Kunosato continued. And she spoke alone. The way she spoke alone was enough to make Shinjo believe she was telling the truth. Why would you do something like that?
Momose told you that Koshin is probably up to something, right? I agree. So I'm trying to damage their public image as much as possible, and... What I want to know now is information on the sumo stickers.
The screen was indeed showing a picture of the sumo sticker. And then... the Hekiho Academy newspaper club? Shinjo's gaze landed on a phrase in the video's introduction. Wasn't that where those kids who snuck into the Love Hotel went? I told them not to get involved. His tone was irritated as he remembered the faces of the boy and the girl. Kunosato, however, seemed to find it rather entertaining.
They're pretty perceptive. I intend to take advantage of that where I can. In the next, let's say, 12 hours, this video is going to be flooded with information on sumo stickers.
Huh?
That's why I spread the information during my broadcast.
After what she just told him about her dealings with Koshin, he couldn't help but believe her.
What is it, Shinjo?
Nothing. He realized that he must have been looking at Momose for an answer. Just who was this girl?
Oh no, Shinjo, you can't try and seduce Mio.
What are you talking about? He felt his cheeks turn red at the end as this. He felt his cheeks turn red at this entirely unexpected response. No, I'm not blushing because you guess what I'm thinking.
I know that. You've got a long way to go. Arimura hasn't found any more like her, right?
Kunosato interrupted. Yeah, that's what she said.
Which means the one person who only knows about a potential target is Arimura herself. We don't know why, but it'll probably take place on October 10th.
Yeah. October 10th. The date of the vampire incident 6 years ago.
If we have to, we can use her to set up a trap. Not that we know for sure she's a target, but...
What? We can't do that! Shinjo slammed his fist down onto the desk and glared at Kunasato. That was going too far, even for him. But... instead of getting scared, Kunasato glared back at him with an expression he'd never seen before. Her face was cold and dangerous, like the blade of a knife. She looked more like one of the people he'd arrested than anyone he'd saved. You're helping me solve this case, right? Just so we're clear, when I need you to follow my orders, you will.
And just so we're clear...
Kunasato put her hands on the desk and drew closer to him.
The person in the world I want to kill most is the one behind these incidents. And after that, it's Arimura and her ilk.
I want to know what the fuck happened with Arimura. What a pain. Yeah. Ito whispered as he turned the camera around the room, and I wholeheartedly agreed. We were in our classroom after school. The Culture Festival was just 3 days away. Oh, good! That's when the murder happens! Oh shit, what if the next murder's at our culture... What if they kill Takaru at the Culture Festival and that's where this whole thing goes off the rails? If that's the case, I can't wait for that to fucking happen. The Culture Festival was just 3 days away, and from this afternoon until the day of the event, classes were cancelled to allow more time for the preparations. The rest of the class must have been getting excited because they were making even more noise than usual as they started moving around desks and furniture. Since this marked the start of the real preparations for the Culture Festival, the newspaper club needed to go around and take more footage of the rest of the school. We've been on our feet all afternoon. I didn't have time for this right now. What a nuisance. Yeah. Ito whispered as he saw the group glancing at us from the corner of the classroom.
What? Seriously? That's pathetic.
So those guys upload stuff to Nikoniya? Really? How sad you have to be to rip off someone else's work. We didn't rip off anybody. Damn all these wrong-siders. Didn't they look at the timestamp? You know, I didn't realize they all watch Nikoniya so much. Our class's exhibit for the Culture Festival is at Gero Froggy Cafe, right? Huh? Yeah. It was an article by that Watabe guy that made Gero Froggy get popular again. So a lot of them knew who Watabe was. Is that why? Ito sighed again. He was probably getting sick of the glances and whispered he'd been getting since lunchtime. And so was I. Ugh. Miyashiro. What? The look on Kawahara's face said, I have better things to do than waste my time with you right now. How far are you with the footage of the preparations of the Culture Festival? Whew! So that's all I wanted to talk about. Well, yeah, how was I supposed to answer that? We were just recording videos, so there was really no point when it was finished. Please stop looking at me like that.
なんだよ。
What? How far are you?
いや、
Oh, well...
順調にとってるよ。
Stuff's coming along fine.
どうかしたのか？
Is there an issue?
文化祭の閉会式の時。
Someone suggested it might look nice if we have the video of the preparations playing in the background during the closing ceremony. Can you get that ready? Toe put his hand on my shoulder.
大丈夫だ
Sure
な。
can, right?
お、
Yeah, probably.
だと。
Yeah, Adam.
じゃあ。
Alright, we'll go over the details tomorrow. Huh?
ちょっと待っ
Wait
て
a
ください。
second. I found myself speaking to Kawahara as he turned to leave. I don't have time for...
なんだ。
What? No,
なんでもないです。
nothing. Kawahara looked irritated that I'd stopped him.
行こう、クルス。
Let's go, Kurisu.
クルス。
Kurisu? Oh god, don't you go fucking dying on me, girl. Kurisu seemed to be thinking about something. It wasn't clear if she'd heard him or not. And suddenly she looked at me.
Takeru?
なんだよ。
What? Hmm? For once, Kurisu seemed uncertain about what to say. Come to think of it, this was the first time I'd talked to her since the incident with Arimura.
Come with me.
Wait. She dragged me out to the corner of an empty hallway. I shook her hand off my arm.
何？どう
What?
したんだよ。
What's wrong? Kurisu cradled the hand I'd shaken off protectively.
あれから有村さんと会った？
Have you met Arimura since then?
あれからって
Since then?
生徒会室で会ってか
You
ら
mean since we met in the student council room? She nodded.
会ってないよ。
No, I haven't. That wasn't a lie. I hadn't spoken to her directly after all.
そう。
I see.
What?
有村さんがどうか
Is
した
there
のか？
something wrong with Arimura? Please, Kurisu, fucking confront the man about it. Kurisu remained silent, her lips pressed into a thin line. And then,
事件の動画アップしたでしょ？
You uploaded the video about those cases,
すぐに
right?
削除しなさい。
Delete it. Now.
had she been checking our page?
事件を追うのもやめなさい。
And give up on
ラ
the
ブホ
case
テルの
too.
一件で懲りたでし
You
ょ？
learned your lesson with the Love Hotel, didn't you?
確かに警察には連れて行かれた
It's
け
true
ど
that the police took me into custody, but they didn't.
取り返しのつかないことになる
Something
可能
really
性だ
bad
って
could
あるの
happen。to you.
There was something different about the way she talked. Her whole personality was different than usual. It wasn't as forceful. She was lecturing me, but instead of looking at me in the eye, she was cradling her arm. It was as if she was speaking to herself, not to me. For the first time since I'd left the orphanage, I thought I might be able to win an argument with her.
危ないことはしてない。
I'm not doing
新しく
anything
アップした動画
dangerous.
だって普通の取
The
材
video
の
I
範囲だ。
uploaded was just what the newspaper club normally does, right?
今あの動画いろい
A
ろ
lot
あっ
of
て
people
注
are
目さ
watching
れ
that
ている。
video now.
僕はそれに
I'm
書
not
き
like
込
those
むこと
people
し
who
か
can
できな
only
い
write
他の連
comments
中とは
about
違う
it.
またそんなことを。
Are you still talking
子
about
供じゃ
that?
ないんだから。
You're not a kid anymore.
部室に行く。
I'm going to the club room.
教室に戻るんな
If you're
ら
heading back to the classroom, tell Ito I'll be waiting for him. I turned around without waiting for her answer. When I gotten a good distance away, she said,
タクル、
Takeru,
あなたも他の
you
人と
aren't
違
any
う
different
ね。
from anyone else.
ただの高校
You're
生で
just a
しょ。
teenage boy.
Her voice wasn't as strong as usual, but there was no trace of anything like kindness in it either. I didn't stop walking. A minute later, Ito ran up to me and we walked to the club room together. Ito had asked me if something had happened, but I told him that wasn't the case.
Oh, you're finally here! You're late, guys!
Sorry, what's going on?
We just broke 100,000! There's over 5,000 comments!
Huh? You're serious? Ito raced over to the PC that Serika was looking at. You're serious? Hey, Miyashiro! Calm down. 100,000 isn't that big a number. You're shaking, man. Shut up. She's right. We broke 100,000. Yesterday, the video had only 5 views, and now it has over 100,000. Actually, it was close to getting 110. Seriously? Cause was obvious. It was the Nico Neo News video that had been dated this morning. What about the comments on Watabe's article?
When I looked there before, there was a big flame war going on.
Serika opened the page.
Yep, still is.
One out of every 3 or 4 comments on the article was criticizing it. I took a quick look at them. Most of them are fakers. The comments are linked to Twitter, so I'm seeing stuff from people who didn't even look at the article. It was this morning when we realized that something was going on with the view count on the video we uploaded. After Shibuya News had linked to it, the video had gone up to almost 10,000 overnight. That in and of itself was a big deal. It's getting views faster than any video in the club's history. But this was to be expected. Kei had a lot of followers. After the broadcast had ended around midnight, Ito, Serika and I had gotten excited and quickly got in touch on our smartphones. We stayed up until close to dawn watching the numbers go up. But just before noon it had really started to climb. Just as we decided to see where the new viewers were coming from, we got a comment on the video saying I came from Watabe's article. This was the article they were referring to. Nico Neo's web reporter, Watabe, had figured out that the sumo stickers were being placed near crime scenes. And he had a never-before-seen photo of the room at the Love Hotel from the Revolving Dead incident. And in that photo, I was the first one to find it. Watabe had realized that the photo contained a sumo sticker, and that the other crime scenes had sumo stickers nearby as well. He'd written up all his findings in an article and published it. As a result, people had come over to our video to discuss the same topic. 100,000 is a new record, right? The Vice President's video on the Shibuya restoration got 50,000. And that was our old record. Yeah, that's true, but it's not just the content of the article itself. It's more that so many people are claiming that Watabe ripped us off. Come on, dude! Still, 100,000 is 100,000! In so little time, we're getting tons of comments, too! Well, that is true. Still, it was hard for me to be happy. The reason we were getting so many views and comments was that the content of Watabe's article was so similar to ours. Not many viewers seemed to think that we were amateurs who just happened to put something together similar to Nico Neo News. A lot of people were enjoying the scandal of Watabe, the up-and-coming reporter, plagiarizing an amateur video. It was true that we'd uploaded our video before Watabe. That was obvious from the timestamps. While some of our classmates seemed to think that we'd ripped off Watabe, though.
まるっきり炎上マーケティングみたい
It's like flame war marketing. Huh?
この渡部の記事が
This article Watabe wrote.
渡部が本当に記
I
事
don't
を
know if he
書くか
really
どう
ripped
か
us
はわ
off,
からない
but
けど
oh, that can't be right, can it? Even a web journalist wouldn't deliberately plagiarize an amateur video as a marketing stunt. Well, maybe. Watabe doesn't need to do that anyway. He's plenty popular enough already after all the stories he's broken. And we only uploaded our video 2 days ago, right? Barely anyone saw it. It only got taken up by Shibuya News this morning. This article clearly wasn't written in a few hours. Yeah. That's true too, but something still bothered me. There were several conditions that had to be met for a flame war to really take off. Two of the biggest were that the famous person had to be the target, and that the mainstream media had to get involved. Just having our video picked up by Shibuya News was a first for us. What were the odds that the perfect fodder for an epic flame war would get posted at the exact same time? There's no point in thinking about it, is there? Ito said as he watched me mumble to myself. Let's see if any of the viewer comments we have anything useful in them. See? People are talking about the sumo stickers. Hey, Miyashiro. This is our chance, right? Ito seemed unable to contain his excitement. Actually,
やけに元気だなお前
you seem really excited about this. Huh? Do I?
Shin's
last video didn't get over 100 views after all.
Ito's face suddenly went red. That's not the issue here. Was that why? Don't look. Come on, we've lost some of the time because of the culture festival. So let's get started. Kazuki! Boy, you know I gotta be horny for Kazuki. She's not said a fucking word, but you know I have to be. Kazuki looked up from her game. She'd been totally ignoring all this time. Write out some of the images from Watabe's article. Ito took them and stood in front of the board. He started to put them up. His face was still red. He glared at the images as he looked for a spot to put them. Come on, check the video! Well, whatever. If he thinks he's fooling me like that, then I'll teach him, then I'll let him think that. Ugh. I still felt sick.
サムネイルは飛ばしてくれ
Skip past the thumbnail.
Okay.
Okay, I don't like it either.
She skipped past the image of the sumo sticker and started to scroll through just the comments. There were a lot of different types of comments. Some were claiming that Watabe had ripped us off. Some of them were saying all kinds of horrible things about us. Very few of them were actually discussing the video. These weren't the comments I was interested in.
Oh, we got an email.
An email? That was the sound the PC made when we got an incoming email. The email address it used was for the newspaper club. Ito and I had a joint account we used to upload videos onto Nico Nia, and the email address was written in our profile page. Normal users never even bothered to check our profile page, so we almost never got any email. Sarika opened the email program on the computer. There was a single new email. Forget the email, look at the video.
このタイミングだしタレコミ
Given
情
the
報かも
timing,
し
it
れな
might
い
be someone with a tip.
タレコミってな
What
んだ
kind of tip?
それはだか
You
ら
know,
動画
something
に
about the
関連した
video.
何かな
Ito seemed unsatisfied, but it would only take a minute to check the email. I asked Sarika to open it.
これって
Oh, this is... It's pornography!
なんだよ
What?
読むね。こんにちは。渋谷ニューズの管理人 K です。
Huh, I could have sworn it would have been porn. Oh well.
I'll read it, okay? Hello, this is Kay, the administrator from Shibuya News.
ケイ
Kay? Kay had gotten in touch with us? Yes, now I'm excited.
あなたの作成した動
The
画
video you made was extremely interesting, and I discussed it on my show last night. Would you like to exchange contact information?
You made a
wonderful discovery, and I'd like to get to know you better. Please tell me when you're available to meet in person.
Get to know me better? Meet me in person? I gulped. Kay had recognized our work. There could be no greater honor.
本物なのか
Is this real?
ケイさんを語って
There'd
連
no
絡
point.
してく
There'd
れ
be
る
no
意味が
point
な
in
い
pretending to be Kay to contact us. And the address matched the one used by Shibuya News.
まだ続きあるよ。私の自撮り画
There's
像を
more.
添付します。
I have attached a
あなた
picture
の
I
写
took of
真を
myself.
返信してくれ
Please
る
send me a
と嬉し
picture.
いで
This
す。
sounds like it's getting more and more pervy as we go on.
自撮り画像
A picture? Kay never put a picture of her face up on Shibuya News. Her broadcast was always voice only. Of course, I'd heard her voice, but I'd never seen her face. In my mind, I picture her as a highly intelligent girl. And she'd sent a picture of her face?
ウイルスが仕込まれ
Could
て
it be a virus? Why was Ito so suspicious of everything? Kay wanted to get in touch with us. Would it kill you to be a little more excited?
ケイさんはそんなことしな
Kay
いだろ
wouldn't do that. I would believe in Kay. I wanted to believe.
お前
You're a huge fan of Shibuya News, aren't you?
好きにしろ
Do what you want.
信者じゃないけど
I wouldn't call myself a huge fan, but I am a fan.
尾上
Oh no, I opened the attached article.
オッケー。
Okay.
This was my chance to see Kay. I couldn't wait. Felt like I was meeting my future bride. Slow your fucking roll, Takaru. Sarah could move the mouse and open the attached file. And what appeared was...
エロいな
sexy. Yeah. No, 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 no.
ケイさんはそんな軽薄な人間じゃない
Kay's
し
not that kind of girl.
おい宮代
Hey, Miyashiro, why are you mumbling to yourself? You reading? Huh? Ito and Serika were looking at each of the comments on the video. Serika flipped past any points where the sumo sticker just appeared and scrolled through the comments. Oops. Now was the time to be getting weird ideas.
渡部パクってんじゃねえよ。こっちの方が本当に早いの。
Okabe?
マスゴミ被
No,
害者は
wrong
こ
series.
ちらです
Don't rip off Watabe. No, this one really was uploaded first. We are the victims of the mainstream media.
そこら辺の議論は
You can ignore that debate. Search for anything with the word sticker in it.
オッケー。
Okay.
うー
ろくな情報がないな
I'm not seeing anything useful. One guy was calling it the Fatso sticker. Another was saying Sumo sticker is my waifu. Ah, welcome to the internet. Sarika must have been getting annoyed with it too because she'd started to use her free hand to play with her Gero froggy strap. But a moment later her hand froze.
あ、これ
Huh? What's this?
力士シールの作者なんて K-Rex だろ長着を
The sumo stickers were made by Kalex, you wrong-sided morons, it says. Kalex? You're the wrong-sided moron. Sure, there was a theory on the internet that an artist named Kalex was behind the stickers, but no one had found any proof. Probably just read the title. The first few lines of an article somewhere that said Kalex was the one who created the stickers, and never given it any more thought.
このアドレスは
What's this address? There was a URL among the comments that was pasted with no explanation whatsoever.
飛んでみる？
Should I click on it?
ちょっと待ってくれ
Give me a second. I took a long look at the letters in the address.
単にアマブロのアドレスだよな
It's just an AMA blog. Yeah. I wasn't sure, but it didn't look like a very dangerous page.
オッケー。
Okay. Oh, this is the one I read at the start of... I say at the start of the episode. It might be 2 episodes back now, but this is the one that I read about it being third eyes and gods. A moment later, I was staring at a page with an ugly, garish background. I looked away from the sumo sticker that was in its hit counter.
なんだ
What is this place?
うー
Sarika clicked through the links on the page.
力士シールを特集
Looks
して
like
る
it's another
ペー
page
ジ
about the sumo
みたいだ
stickers.
ね。
Must have been a lot of work to get all these. Was this from before the earthquake? Sarika must have still been bothered by the stickers because before she said anything, she scrolled down to the text-only part of the page.
このシールの
The
目
eye
は
in the
滅
sticker
びを予
sees
見し
disaster
こ
coming
れ
and
を
acts
未
to
然に
prevent
防ぐ
it.
ためのもの。
The prophecy of humanity's destruction in 2015 was averted by the stickers,
被害はあっ
though
た
there
もの
was still
これ
some
によって
damage.
守られた。
2015年の
The
人類
prophecy of
の滅亡の
humanity's
予言
destruction in 2015?
エジプト歴の
Does
人
he
類
mean
の
the
滅亡
Egyptian
ですか
apocalypse?
よく知ってるね。
I'm amazed you knew what he was talking about.
常識だな
Everyone knows. You're gonna fucking fooled me, Takaru. I'd never heard of any Egyptian apocalypse. Mainly because I think when I grew up, we were all too busy looking at the 2012 one. I read further down the page and saw that he considered the crash of 15 to be part of the prophecy, and that the stickers had saved humanity.
色使いといいちょっと来てるな
Between the
ここの
text and
管理
his
人は
choice of colors, the guy who made this page isn't right in the head.
そういえば渋谷ってクラ
Come
ッ
to
シュ
think
の
of it, the
時
crash wasn't that big a deal in Shibuya, was it?
歴史シ
Do
ール
the sumo stickers protect us against solar storms or something?
でもあるのかな。
Idiot, why would you believe that?
渋谷の被害が少なかった
Shibuya wasn't hit bad because the restoration project provided the protection against the solar storms.
これは単なる結
This
界
is just
説
the barrier theory.
結界説？
The barrier theory?
How could she forget that? A long time ago, we spent a long time looking into this.
相撲の発祥が神事であ
The
ったこと
theory
から
says that since
相撲
sumo
から
wrestling was
歴史をモデル
originally a
とした
Shinto
歴史
religious
シールに
rite,
宗教的な意味を持た
the
せ
stickers have some
あちこちを貼る
religious
ことによ
meaning.
って結界を築いてい
It
るの
says
だ
that
ってい
they
う
form a
説だ
barrier.
宗教的な
What
意
kind of
味
religious meaning?
Crap, I don't know.
とにかく
Anyway, the
結
barrier
界説は
theory is
ナンセンス
nonsense.
なんだ
They're called sumo stickers, but there's no evidence that they're actually supposed to be a sumo wrestler.
証拠はないんだから
Good. I guess I fooled her.
タク
What's this,
これは
Taku?
なんだ知ってる
What?
ぞ
I know the answer.
知ってるの？
You know who created them?
Huh? This, Serika said as she pointed to. A page about the creator of the sumo stickers.
いや勘違いだ
No, I was mistaken.
進めてくれ。
Keep going.
Okay.
That background was using the nastiest colors I'd ever seen. My eyes were starting to hurt. What's this?
巷で言われているように
The creator of the sumo stickers is not, as many people seem to think, Kalex. Between this and the sheer number of sumo sticker photos, it was clear that the page's author was a little crazy, but had done their homework.
このシールの作者は結界を築くために人類
The
の
creator of the
犠牲を
stickers was sacrificed to the rest of humanity in order to build the barrier. No, maybe more than a little crazy. They were totally nuts. I hadn't read a page like this in a while. This creator. I stopped scrolling down the page.
これ
Look! Her voice was shaking a little as she pointed at the screen. Is inside AH General Hospital.
タク
Taku?
I knew what she was trying to say. I could see Serika's shock out of the corner of my eye, but I couldn't take my eyes off the words AH Tokyo General Hospital. Wasn't that where we broke in to look for Amy? That was the hospital. That was the hospital I'd snuck into Serika with in elementary school. The one I saw in my dreams all the time.
おい
Hey,
宮
Miyashiro?
宮代って
Miyashiro! What? Kazuki stuck her face in front of the display from the side and pointed toward Ito. What?
やべえぞ
This is nuts. Ito was staring at the board as he whispered. Then he walked straight up to it.
やっぱり
I knew it.
おい
Hey, look at
見て
this!
みろって
He pointed towards the pictures that were stuck up on the board.
どうしたんだよ
What is it? I tried to hide my shock at what I'd just seen, but my voice was quivering. But Ito was completely ignoring me. He ripped a few of the pictures off the board. And stuck them back up. The huge number of stickers and the long-distance shots are the ones found at the crime scenes.
ここ
Look here.
見てみろ
I could tell that Ito and Serika turned to look at me when I laughed. I thought back to the conversation I just had with Kurisu. Something terrible might happen? I would keep going anyway. I would probably keep going all the way. Because I wasn't just an ordinary teenage boy.